for those, obviously, I'm assuming most of you know who Danny Howard is. He kindly agreed to come on the podcast and talk to us for 45 minutes. So, yeah, everyone welcome Danny Howard.
Danny Howard. Hello. Here he is.
And he's already got a beer. I love that. What time are you playing?
It's a festival.
Is it too early?
No.
No, it's never too early. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Are you?
Yeah, all good.
This is an experience.
Yeah,
It is. We thought we'd have chairs, Danny. We've got to apologise for the hay bales.
I'm not used to this at a festival.
It's rustic, man. I like it.
How's life been recently? You've been mad busy. We've just been talking back there.
Yeah, no, busy this summer, DJing, obviously Radio 1, lots of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Got our big weekend coming up, got Ibiza, Glastonbury. It's looking good.
Yeah. Which is your favourite festival, do you think, to play of them all? Have you got a favourite?
Highest point. You got to say
other
that.
than
Highest point in
point,
Lancaster, of course, yeah.
Which is your favourite?
No, highest point.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I've not actually played it yet, but
Yeah.
it looks great.
Already is.
No, I mean, aside from highest point, Glastonbury's got to be. I went there for the first time last year, and before I'd been there, everyone was like, "Oh, Glastonbury," and I was like, "God, all these people like banging on about Glastonbury. Can't be that good." And I went, and now I'm one of those people that is like preaching about.
Is
how good
it
is.
like an experience? People say
Yeah,
it's
it
like
really
an
is.
actual
Yeah, it's just
experience.
like there's a vibe there that it's hard to explain unless you've been. And yeah, I can't wait to get involved this year. I'm gonna stay the whole weekend when I camp and.
How are
Yeah.
you going to do it?
Say.
You're going to go full on camping and
Yeah. Oh man,
like
yeah,
proper camping,
you gotta
or
do it
now
proper.
you're Danny Howard from BBC Radio 1, are you going like glamping?
No, me and my mates getting a tent, gonna do it.
Yeah,
no glamping.
man. Yeah, man, I like
yeah,
it.
wet wipes, the lot, mate. Honestly.
That's all you need for a good festival is some wet wipes and some beer. That's all
Yeah,
you need.
wet wipes
Exactly.
and strongbow dart fruit. That's it. That's
Oh,
all you need.
Yes, you've been to a festival.
You're playing here tonight. What time are you playing?
10:30. I forgot the name of the stage.
Oh, it's main stage now.
No, not the main stage.
Not quite yet.
Maybe
You'll get
next
there.
year.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of
Oh,
it.
it's we'll just
The dance stage.
not the
Dance stage.
at
Yeah, it's
half-time.
behind the monument in it, I think.
Wait, I need to find out what it's called. It's called the Chris Gladman Memorial Stage. I feel
wow.
even worse now. It's named after someone.
If you've really
It's a
offended
memorial
someone there
stage.
now.
That's awful. But yeah, 10:30 on there till
Nice.
the end.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, we was just talking about, because you asked about the podcast, and we explained to you how we came up with the idea of the podcast. And essentially, me and Andy just sat in a pub one afternoon, and we was like, we should do a podcast, get on the bandwagon as everyone does,
Yeah.
thinking there might be loads of money to be made. And so far, we've not made any.
And we can't even have proper chairs.
And we can't
Yeah,
afford
yeah,
cheers.
One day.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet Joe Rogan would get a chair, Chris. Hey?
No, but then we was trying to come up with a premise of a podcast, and the football was on in the background, and Andy said to me, "Don't you think football's overrated?" And when I said that to you over there,
It's not overrated.
I said that backstage, explaining to Danny. I was like, yeah, you know, and because I think football's overrated, and he gave me the most dirtiest look ever.
I gave you no words.
Yeah, and then I found out he's a Leeds fan, and I'm a Man United fan.
Sure,
so
there's no
that's
other
even
Leeds
worse.
fans here, is there?
is there any Leeds fans in? Oh, there you go.
No way.
There's a couple
Really?
at the back. There we go. One lady at
Yes,
the back.
come on.
But today was
March on
a
together.
cracking result, though, wouldn't you say?
Well, you say that, but I mean, for anyone that doesn't like football, apologies. But yeah, we needed to win, and we didn't. So, on paper, good result against high-flying Newcastle, but ultimately we needed to win. So
Yeah.
it doesn't look good, but we'll see.
And who
see
have
what
you got? How
happens.
many games have you got left?
Two
Like
left.
four-
West
two
Ham and
left.
Spurs. I mean,
mean,
there's no easy game, is there?
But they're both winnable. They are winnable games.
Listen, we could sit here and talk for hours about football, which is my point, really.
That's
Like,
my
it's
point.
No,
is
it's a
that I don't-
lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
No, I just don't understand
Really
how people are so much into it.
I-
When are you playing next week? Sweet, let's move on.
My week revolves around when Leeds are playing, to be honest.
Honestly, I'm the same at Grimsby Town. Like, my wife knows not to book anything for me
Yeah.
when Grimsby are at home. And if we are away, she knows that at 3 o'clock I will be watching on my phone.
Yeah,
Like, it's as
on the
simple as
journey up
that.
here, I was watching my phone, people trying to ring me, decline. I'm like, I'm watching the
Yeah.
football.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
wait.
that's your time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand how people don't like it. It's so
just-
weird.
One friend in particular was like, the worst thing just happened to me. I was like, it's going to have to wait 45 minutes. I was like, I don't care.
We'll find out later. It'll still be really bad.
We're trying to ring you to get an overrated subject, and you're like, Leeds are
away.
playing and do one. Yeah, no, but I don't understand how people think it is, but I don't know. There's just so many reasons why it's amazing. I don't know. Like, I've got a really good relationship with my dad because of football.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. We do on a weekend, and we have done ever since we was kids. So
Yeah, exactly. Coming together with your friends, bit of rivalry. It just brings out all the emotions. The away days,
There's nothing
the
better than
half-time
away
pint and pies,
Yeah.
the whole drama of it all.
mate, that bank holiday away day with your mates is like. Oh, so like your big away days for Leeds, like Man U's a big away day, innit?
Yeah, never been there though. Don't dare. But
Yeah,
all the London ones because I'm based down there now because of work. So yeah, I try to get to the away ones. And,
Yeah, but you weren't born in Leeds. You're born in Blackpool, right?
Born in Blackpool,
Born
yeah.
in Blackpool.
They're my second team. Do you know? I usually so when Blackpool were in the Premier League, Leeds were in League One. So then I was a Blackpool fan.
Yeah.
And then this year, everyone was like, "Oh, if Leeds go down, you're going to go back to Blackpool." I was like, "Well, no, because they've been relegated as well, so I can't actually win."
Well, I'm a Grimsby Town fan, so it don't get any worse than that. But just going back to away days, my best ever away day was Blackpool away.
Oh,
On
really?
Bank holiday weekend.
Blackpool away.
Bank holiday
I wish I
weekend.
wasn't a Blackpool fan because that would be the best away day.
Oh, mate, it's so good. Like
We were talking earlier, weren't we, about like Blackpool and how like because you were saying like you had a great away day there and all that, and it was weird because we were literally chatting about Blackpool, talking about like nights outs that we've had there, and then when we'd like done a bit of research on you and all that, we were like, oh, I used to DJ at Syndicate, man.
You went to Syndicate?
I went to Syndicate on the revolving dance floor at the top. Yeah, we used to go there quite often, actually, when we were like turning 18.
I was there every
19.
week with my mate Matt, who's there. There he is.
Hi, Matt.
But you had a residency there for how long was you there for? Was you?
I was there, I don't know, about a year or two.
I love the way you looked at Matt.
Eh? Oh, yeah, and then, so what happened was I was a resident there, and that was my dream to DJ at this club.
At Syndicate?
At the Syndicate,
Nice,
yeah, and then
man,
I did
as a Blackpool lad.
Yeah, exactly. And then I got on Radio 1 and the Syndicate decided to book me to be the headline rather than the resident. And I was like, I had a poster outside the club and everything. And then the week leading up to that big moment, it shut down.
Oh, no way.
How do you
And
find
the building became derelict, but with my poster sort of half like peeling off the side of the
That's
wall.
good, though, because that's like, remember when COVID happened and Trolls was still on all the buses for ages and it was just free public. That's great for you.
Mate, you should buy that building and reopen it. As
It's been knocked down. It's a car park
Oh,
now.
is it gone down? Has
It's
it?
gone.
Oh, yeah, well, that's fucked then, you know.
Don't DJ car parks, you're better than that, Dan.
Also, it's an old theatre, an old cinema. I can't afford it.
How long have you been doing Radio 1 now? You've been doing
11 years now.
11
Wow.
years.
I know, I'm veteran now. I was the youngest presenter when I joined. I'm now one of the oldest.
Oh, really?
But it's good, though. I feel like everyone's uncle. It's good.
Yeah, that's it. I've got a few mates, like Kel Spellman's one of my good
Kel,
friends.
yeah.
So he's like, and Andy Mack and all them lot, they say, look, like, Radio 1's a bit of a community.
Yeah, it's
The
a
whole thing,
community.
they're all
I know
really
it's
good friends.
like, you might say it's a bit cliche to say it's a family or whatever, but we all get on. When we have our events, we all hang out. We all end up in someone's hotel room and drink till 5 in the morning,
So
whatever.
Kel
it's good.
told me about a
Nice.
great night that he had. I don't know if he was
Swansea.
there. No, it was in Ibiza.
Oh, right.
He said he had a
Yeah.
great night in Ibiza. I don't know if he was there, but it was one of them that we can't talk about on here. But yeah,
Yeah.
But we was just talking
It's a fun
about
job.
Ibiza back there because you're going there in the morning, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're there. You've got a residency over there now as well
Every week at Amnesia on a Monday, yeah.
until
Nice.
September.
Until September. So.
And I know I asked you this back there, but does it get harder? Like, are you still having as much fun?
No, I
as you
love it
was?
every time. Yeah, I mean, by the time it gets to the end of September, I'm ready for a break from
Yeah,
it.
sit in the sauna
And then it
for
gets
a
to
week.
January, and you can't wait to get going again. It's one of them like to go to Ibiza every week's like absolute
it's a dream.
privilege. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But you get to September, and all you want to do is be like, oh god, like, but you can't moan about it because you're going to Ibiza, and you got to remember that. It's just not just Ibiza, but like through the summer you got festivals, gigs, and then doing Ibiza every week. By the time it gets to September, you're just a bit tired.
You're racking up air miles, though, aren't you? I love it.
Yeah,
Getting all
and airport sandwiches and everything like that.
Yeah, because when I saw you out there, I was thinking, how's he still in half decent shape considering all your...
I've been doing it all this year. Fast forward to September, it won't be like this.
Yeah, because when I'm on a job, I just eat like an animal.
Yeah.
And literally, so let's say if we're shooting a series, like episode 1, I look okay. But then come episode 6, I look like a dumpling.
Yeah,
Is it
same.
just
That'd be
a bit of
me.
a lifestyle? It's
That'd
like,
be me.
Yeah, I don't know how you keep up with it, but you're still loving it as much as well.
Yeah, absolutely loving it. And I'm looking forward to this. It's like this is the first festival of the summer.
Yeah, this is the opening weekend, isn't it? This
Yeah,
is the start.
so yeah, ready to get involved. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we just spoke back there about overrated subjects, and the first one that you said was,
Wait, hold on. Do we want to go that deep so soon?
well, yeah.
I don't know. Let's dial it back. I mean, no, I quite like that one.
Yeah,
it was a really good one to open with. Let's take it a bit deep, and then
Well, I was going to say what's overrated is marriage and kids.
Marriage and kids. And it's funny that Danny says that to two men are both married
I can
with
see a
kids.
few nods actually.
Yeah. All the wives are out there going, you fucking scum.
Yeah, everyone who's nodding has got a ring on the finger, I think.
Well, this is the thing. I'm not married and I don't have kids.
What?
So what? Yeah, what is it? Is it the thought of it?
It's the thought of it. So I'm 35 now. Most of my friends are married. I've been best man twice. I'm godfather to 2 children. And for me, that's enough commitment to actually go through with the actual thing. I actually joke to most of my friends that by the time I get married, they'll all be divorced. Sorry, guys. And the kids thing, you're like, it's the best thing that can ever happen. And, from the outside looking in, it doesn't look very fun. Like, I'm happy being godfather, uncle, doing all the fun stuff, but, being able to hand them back at the end of it. So my position is
Mate,
my deal's pretty sweet.
And you're cool uncle as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
a funkle.
My uncle, don't go to a beaver every week and
My uncle's an alcoholic who sits in a local pub and just gets off tits all the time.
Well, it's quite similar because when they're 18, I'll probably take them to Ibiza and it'll be sort of a similar process.
That's it. When they're 18, you could be taking them over there. Like you've got it locked there.
Exactly. I remember when I first joined Radio 1, started DJing properly, like in Ibiza and festivals. My little sister Gabby was 8. Now she's 18 and asking me for guests. This is weird.
Oh, that's
so that'd be weird when my godson's.
It's so weird as well when it's your own kids. Like my little boy's only 2, but it just changes so quickly. Everything just before you know it, they walk in. The next thing they're like saying no to everything, but it's just crazy. But I guess that your lifestyle doesn't really suit having.
Well, that's definitely part of the reason that I've not had those commitments in my life. It's due to the lifestyle, but. I get that pressure from friends. Like, when are you gonna meet someone? When are you gonna settle down? I'm like, well, I don't want to settle down actually.
Yeah.
If you do, you got to do what makes you happy. And if that's what makes you happy, great. But for me, it's just
go
carry on doing
what.
No, I'm very professional. I drink sparkling water every gig.
We was just saying as well, because we was just talking back then. Tonight's a 10:30 start for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're going to be in bed for a reasonable time or whatever. But when you're playing in Ibiza, you're not starting until
5 a.m. It can be. You
morning.
can start at 5.
And what do you do throughout the day? I mean,
chill, travel, sleep.
Yeah. And then what? You set an alarm for a certain time, or do you just soldier through? Or
sometimes I'll sleep, get up before a gig, and then go. Or other times, if I've got some friends with me, we'll stay out and hope that I'm functional by the time my set starts.
Well, that's.
But you see, I couldn't do this if I was married and had kids.
That's it. That's the thing that we had this conversation weirdly last night, because obviously us two being actors and that, for me, I've always thought I'd quite like to go over, try the States or something like that, or even over here if a big job comes up where it takes you away to I'm Manchester, so if it takes you to a different city for 6-7 months, and you were saying would you do it? And I was like, yeah, I'd well do it. What had happened with my wife? I'd be like, oh, she'd move with me, and then he was like, but is that her choice though? Is she living life? Dream, isn't it? You're wanting to live there. I'm like, oh, you bastard.
Well, that's it. But we've just had a situation here because as soon as we had one drink this afternoon, we was like, should we stay? And we was like, yeah, all right.
Did you get permission?
Well, I got permission, but
I don't have to get permission.
I didn't get permission. That's why I'm going home tonight.
Getting stronger and stronger as we go.
So he didn't get the permission. So now I can't stay. So now I've got to go home to my wife and kids. So slowly I'm starting to get on board with what you're saying.
Blame my wife.
Overrated.
Can I come to Ibiza with you?
Of course, you're more than welcome.
Hiya, babe. Yeah, I'm going to Ibiza with you.
You said I could stay out.
I'll see you in October.
Yeah, God, yeah, if I make it through. But yeah, no, the whole wife and kids things, because I never thought I wanted kids, really, until I got to 29, 30, and I was like, okay, it's time. But sometimes I'm like,
why is that though?
I don't know.
Is that what Danny was saying there? Is it a pressure? Did you get to that age and then see your mate settling down and then go, okay, right now I've got a... Because that's the thing, innit? People assume, you get older, you go and do all your partying, you do that, then you get a bit older, you settle down around your 30, get married, have kids, and all that.
It seems there's this social pressure of age defined by what you do, and I get it. Obviously, there's certain biological reasons, or people have, they do want to get married or make these commitments young, but that's why I'm saying it's overrated, because I think a lot of people just want to do it because they think it's the right thing to do.
Everyone else has done it.
And yeah, I guess I'm just don't get me wrong. One day, obviously, I do want those things, but I'm just saying, don't
rush
feel the pressure. Don't rush into it. Enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Most of my friends actually have done that, but a lot of them haven't as well. So.
Yeah,
that's it. And like you say, the career that you've got it doesn't. If you were working a 9-to-5 office job kind of thing, it fits around that lifestyle, doesn't it? A little bit more.
Exactly. Yeah.
So but rocking up in a brief.
I'm sorry, I'm agreeing against my own point here, but I know what you're saying.
And also, you said that Because we've had the subject on the podcast a couple of times that people say Nando's is overrated.
Oh, you want to go there?
Yeah, I want to go there.
That's only because I'm a bit salty because
salty.
I had a black card, which basically means I know.
Where from the audience there?
Because and that basically enables you to get free chicken.
Yeah, I know what
now I
black
don't
card
have
is.
it.
Yeah, I love
He's been
Nando's.
begging for one
Mate,
for
I've been
his
trying.
old
No, I
years.
begged.
17, 18 year career.
But it's great. But the thing is, I used to go to my local Nando's, and obviously they knew that I had this card, and then all of a sudden I don't have this card. So to go in without the card,
and they know as well.
And
They're
they
going,
know.
oh, there's Danny. Don't give him free chicken anymore.
Yeah,
though.
He's in trying to blag it again.
Yeah, and they actually swiped the other day. I went, just give it a swipe to see if it'll work. It just basically said, error, this card has been terminated, which I thought was quite brutal.
Oh.
A bit insensitive, actually. So,
What was the process of do you have to go through management? This is me now trying to get one for myself. Did you have to go
Can
through
you help him out,
management,
Matt,
or-
basically?
Yeah. Or did you just get a... Because I got a random direct message on Instagram because I was tagging him in Nando's for years.
can you please stop tagging us? You're not getting a black
No,
card.
it was the opposite. They said, we've seen that you've been putting in the hard work over the years. Here's a little gift from us.
it a chicken check?
And they said, send us your email address. And I remember ringing people going, it's happened. I've got it because I didn't know what it was. And I was like, they've asked me for my email address. I've got my fucking black
I've got
card.
it here, actually.
It's happening.
Is this your old black card?
Yeah.
Snap it in front of everyone. Go on.
I need to take it.
Let me see what one looks
Go
like.
on, snap it.
I
Go on.
was so proud of it that I kept it in.
Have you got it in his own little...
It's like a Pokemon
I
card.
used to do that with Pokemon cards when I was 10. Look at that.
This is mint condition.
I've got Charizard.
Oh my
that
God,
kicks
it's
out
a
that.
thing of beauty. Yeah, so they
It don't work, Tomo.
It doesn't work.
Give it
Yeah.
back.
Well, it's still nice to have it. I like the way you've got it in protective casing.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But so
It was funny. Every time I used to go into Nando's, like it'd been raining. It was like trying to get it out of a condom. But it was apart from that, it was good.
what did they do? Did they just email you or message you just saying
No, it
congratulations?
basically, it was like a management thing. But I just basically, in short, did a DJ set for the founder's son. The
Yeah.
founder and his son
Right.
used to put on a festival at their house for the management of all the managers of Nando's around all the
Nice.
branches around the country.
Nice.
And I went and basically just did a DJ set there, and got the black card. So
I think that's their
that's
thing, innit? Because everyone who
Yeah,
I
you've
know
gotta
who's
work
got one
for
has done something in
yeah, they make you work
collaboration
for
with
it.
them.
But look, free chicken.
Free
That's
chicken
it,
is
man.
like a godsend, man. That's great.
Yeah,
But
that is
sadly,
heaven.
Not anymore.
not anymore.
So yeah, it's
What's your order?
over-
What's your Nando's order?
Oh,
He
well, I'm
don't,
being
he don't
healthy
go
at the
anymore
moment.
because he's got to pay.
Yeah. Butterfly chicken.
Yeah.
All the veg.
How spicy? I mean,
Medium.
What we doing? Medium.
No, don't-
No
don't
wonder they
come
took
at
it
me.
off you.
Does your order
Sometimes it can be quite hot.
has your order differed now? You've got to pay. Sometimes you're going, oh, maybe normally I wouldn't have had the tender stem broccoli.
No, but I do have the broccoli. I'm trying to get in shape for summer, but yeah, no. The aim was to have everything off the menu, and we pretty much did get through it. So.
Because you can have it for 4 people, that kind of, was it? Or could you just order as much
Yeah,
as you
yeah,
wanted?
you and 4 people, yeah. Got for everything on the menu. Wouldn't recommend. They used to do a steak, which definitely wouldn't recommend. In fact, it was so bad they removed it. What else? The mushroom thing's not great. But everything else is okay.
Do you have mayonnaise on it?
No, man. That's another thing, actually.
Yeah, you were saying backstage, and this was
Mayonnaise
another
is
one.
overrated.
When you said that, it was like when I said football to you. You went, yeah, you
no,
know, mayonnaise. I
don't
was
get
like,
that.
what?
You know, you get portion chips, and someone's like, oh, can I have some mayonnaise? Like, why would you put mayonnaise on your chips?
Mayonnaise
Oh.
is good. Mate, I have
I
like...
don't mind a bit of mayo on like a burger or something.
Mayonnaise
or
on
something.
pizza.
No, what? No.
Mate,
No, that's
mayonnaise
wrong.
all over the top of the pizza, banging.
I went through a phase of dipping
Go on.
quavers. You know,
What?
quaver, the
That's-
crisp.
yeah.
Quavers into mayonnaise and having that.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That
no, I
is
love
mental.
it.
That's
Were
like
you
a poor
pregnant?
man's like nacho and dip, that, isn't it?
Nah, I do like
You know,
mayonnaise.
I actually fell out with a guy. I think it was at uni. We ordered Domino's pizza. You know, you get the dip with it, and he opened the dip and he poured it all over the pizza. Like
Yeah,
it was,
don't you do that? Is
No,
that-
it's
No,
called
it's
dip.
a
You
dipper.
dip.
No, I'm a pourer. I'm a pourer.
Don't ever do
Yeah,
that.
the
You
honey
cannot be
mustard
friends.
thing right over it.
That's weird.
Why is it
Because
weird?
it's called dip.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
no,
it
there's no
soggy.
way you can go around fucking spreading it all over. But I'm like that with anything, mayonnaise and ketchup. I'm just like, I put it on the side and I dip into it. Yeah, I'm not a
Ketchup,
spread.
defo.
Yeah.
What about like tuna mayo?
Yes,
No,
obviously. It's got. I think mayonnaise is meant to be mixed. It's a condiment to mix
to
with.
mix with. Right.
Yes,
Okay.
That's what I think.
Nice.
Also, as well, you was talking about like being backstage at festivals and people, like you said, people make like. wanna come
Yeah,
in
I was
the
trying to
beach.
think of things like that are overrated. So yeah, marriage and kids. Nando's. I'm being a bit unfair, but I'm just a bit salty. So maybe I'll settle down in a week. Love it again. Mayonnaise. You mentioned beaches, didn't you?
Yeah. Someone said the beaches
just
are
annoying, isn't
but
it?
I
'Cause
live
you're
by the
sand
beach,
every-
so I can't.
It's nice. I mean, I grew up next to the beach, but I mean, I'm
You grew up
referring
next to Blackpool Beach, though.
I'm referring. Yeah, exactly. Now I'm referring to on holiday. I'm a pool guy.
Yeah, you like
same.
sitting around the pool.
Honestly,
yeah.
the beach just gets everywhere. You know.
It's just you
Yeah.
picking it out your ass for
Oh,
weeks.
exactly,
Like your ears
yeah.
and that.
I always say as well,
In
because
your
I
ears.
and I said we've said this on the podcast before, but I always say the sea is like Australia. People should not mess around with it. Like you should. Like there's too much stuff in the
Respect the
sea
sea.
that wants to kill you. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like in Australia. People should live there. There's too many
Yeah.
animals, snakes, spiders, and all that want to cause you harm.
Trust me, I know.
And it's the same in the sea. Why would you want to be in
But
the
I don't
same
think the things
vicinity
in the
as a
sea,
shark?
they don't want to cause you harm.
They
But
do.
You're in their home, so they're threatened, so they think, right, I'm fucking biting you.
I'm having him. Nah, well,
Yeah.
just don't go in it. Stay in the pool. I agree.
Yeah, I don't-
Sand
You're
is
safe in the
horrible.
pool.
It gets everywhere. It's just like, yeah.
And
yeah.
then, being backstage at a festival, like everyone's like, "Yeah, I want to be backstage." Like, I mean, we were just stood there, like, waiting to come on here, and there's nothing there. It's
Nothing.
just you, and it's
Yeah.
the same. And you don't see anything, you don't hear anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
much better being out there in the action.
Sometimes, though, like when you go...
And also,
Like, when you
festivals are stingy with drinks riders.
Not here.
What?
Not here,
Oh, I
mate.
love this place.
No, the girl called Emma who checked us in was like, there's crates of Red Stripe there. If you want any more, text us, we'll bring more.
Great.
And that's the day that we're not drinking because we've got to go home. So that's
Phoebe's
just
out.
standard.
Yeah, so I mean, the point I was going to make was there's usually not any free drinks, but I mean, if you get backstage, you never know.
Yeah.
I agree with you there, though, like, because we've been lucky enough, like, doing what we do and stuff to go to some quite cool gigs and stuff like that. And you do, don't you? Kind of, you almost think, oh, I want to be, like, in the wings at the side of the stage and, like, watch it.
You can't hear
You can't
fuck all.
hear. The speakers are pointing that way for a reason.
Exactly, yeah.
You're literally just seeing, like, we did it, like, with the Stone Roses,
seeing
didn't we?
my
You
arse
stood
shake.
there just seeing Ian Brown, like, you can't really hear what the audience is hearing. And
Yeah, but sometimes though, when you go like backstage at like V-Fest, I remember when I used to go to V-Fest all the time, and you're just walking around and you've got Ollie Mears there, or you've got like, I don't know, whoever there. Like, it is quite exciting for a
Yeah,
kid
if you
from
get to the
Blackpool
artist,
as well.
if you get to the artist village, but I mean, just backstage as in the actual stage.
Yeah.
it's and also you're getting run over by like the people
God,
that change the
buddy.
stage over and stage managers shouting at you, and it's just not fun.
Always
I
feel
don't
like
think.
you're in the way a little bit.
do you remember
exactly,
we had one once because a guy pushed us out of the way. We were DJing and it was Peter Hook and the
Oh,
light.
yeah.
So Hooky was singing whatever.
Hooky.
And there was a guy, I don't know that well, but
No, I don't.
Hooky was singing. But I'm saying Hooky because exactly what you're saying, all the people who like have a job, the crew moving everything out. A guy pushed me out of the way because he's the guy who has to give Hooky a lighter as he gets off stage.
Oh, wow.
Like, that was
That's
his
his
job.
job.
And he literally, as he passed me, went, "Wait, mate, I'm Hooky's lighter guy. I've got to give him his lighter." And I was like, "Whoa, man, he's all right. He don't need a cigarette that much. Think of his vocal cords."
Yeah, it's mad how people get to that stage. And someone told me
I
earlier
was
on
nearly
that-
at that stage. Matt, who comes from a hideout.
Are you his
festival.
lighter man?
No, he's not. He's not. But he did light me a cigarette at a hideout, and I was having that much fun on the decks. I forgot about it, and when I went back to it, it was just a cigarette-shaped.
Someone told me something funny earlier on. What was that? Yeah. Someone told me something funny earlier on that at Kendall Calling when Stormzy had... It might have been you, actually.
No, it was someone who we met in the crowd here today.
Someone said that Stormzy at Kendall Calling one year, because at Kendall Calling it just fucking rains all the time.
Yeah, always.
It's just...
I'm surprised it's not here today.
I know,
actually.
yeah,
Like,
it's beautiful
always
here
rains.
today.
It's
Gorgeous
amazing.
over, yeah.
Better than
Oh, there he
Ibiza.
is. There's the guy who told us this story.
Oh, there he is, yeah. Yeah, so he said that...
We're stealing your content. All right, cheers.
Yeah, do you want to come up and tell the story, mate, if you want? No, he said that someone had been on... he saw that Stormzy got carried onto the stage because he didn't want to fuck his white trainers up.
Oh,
Because
right.
the mud was that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, the whole backstage thing. For me, because of the way that I
I've
was
seen that
born
before
into-
at Radio 1 Big Weekends, actually. Rihanna...
don't they all get snuck in via like crates
Yeah, but no,
and
got
shit?
carried to the stage because literally what
The
you
mud.
just said, because of that. Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
carried to the stage. They all get carried to the stage.
Doesn't
I
it-
think if you get to a certain level, you can get
Well, if
carried to
you-
the
Yeah,
stage.
if you're Lady Gaga,
That's when you know
can-
you've made it. If you get
If you'd have
carried
asked,
to
we
the
would have
stage.
carried you to here if you'd have asked.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, we'll make sure we do it for the next guest. But yeah, no, there's been times for me, like, because the way that I was brought up in Grimsby, really rough, sort of never expected the life that I was going to have. Like, when I go into, like you said,
Well, just getting out of Grimsby.
Well, yeah, just on the A180
Even for
out.
the day, it's nice.
Yeah, but there's times when I've been backstage or I've been in the artist, like you say, in the VIP bits, and just stood talking to people, and stood like talking to people like yourself as well. Like there is benefits to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
To be
my-
backstage.
Can be, but it's more. I think it's not as deep as that. Most people just want to be backstage just so they can say they've been backstage.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
really, it's very. It's just a bit of an anticlimax, I think.
Has there
Yeah,
ever been
my-
a time?
I'm not just saying that as someone that has been backstage a lot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's it. It's anticlimactic. Yeah. My maddest one, like what you're saying there about like you want to sort of. There is a little bit of you, isn't it, coming from like our background and that lad from Blackpool, like these are like your heroes and stuff like that. And I remember once, it was the same gig I was on about before. We went and watched Ian Brown in Manchester, the first like Part Life, and afterwards he was like, "Do you want to come back? I'm doing a DJ set." So he was like, "Oh yeah, sounds." We went to this club in Manchester, so he was like, "Come up behind the box with me, lad." I was like, "All right, okay, yeah, sound." Then Ian Brown, being Ian Brown, he was like, do you want a joint, mate? So I was like, "Yeah, go on then, mate. Yeah, don't mind." He went, "Yeah, go on then." So I'm there, rolled it up. It was like in me head, I'm going, rolling it up with Ian Brown. Like, this is exactly what I want to be doing in life. Then he
Rock
gets
and roll.
up. He gets up, stands up in front of the whole club, lights it, chilling. Yeah, Ian Brown, all that. So I was like, yeah, man. I stood up, light it. He walks off. Security literally goes,
No.
I walked up, go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, Ian was doing it. He's like, "Ian can do what he wants, mate. Get to the..."
Has there ever been any time like for you when you've been at a festival and you've just like stumbled across someone that you've loved and just been like, "Fuck me"?
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
Anyone in particular? Steve Angelo from the Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
nice.
course,
In
yeah.
fact, that was even more surreal because it was at Tea in the Park when that was on. Like, I didn't really know him, but I played his tunes on the radio and stuff, and it was after the Swedish House Mafia had split up the first time, and Steve was like very pleasant. He's like, "Hello," and then he's like, "What are you doing now?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just chilling before my set." He took me into his trailer to play me his new album.
Oh
And-
my.
It's the most awkward thing because when people send me music, I like to listen on my own because I have my opinion. Obviously, if your opinion's not great, then you don't want to.
Yeah, you've got to lie to him, haven't you? Yeah.
You got to lie to them. But when they're looking at you, like, so what do you think?
Yeah, it's great.
That was the most surreal experience, I think.
Yeah.
But it was, for him to even give me the honor of listening, that was amazing to be able to do that.
Yeah,
So.
I had that with and not to name drop or to try and outdo it, but Ed Sheeran, because I did a really small part in Game of Thrones.
That's a big flex.
That's
That is.
It's a big flex,
yeah.
and he
No,
likes
I said
it.
a really small part, and when I say small, like you blink and you'll miss it. But Ed Sheeran was doing it as well, and I remember seeing on the call sheet like Ed Sheeran, and I thought, surely that's not actual Ed Sheeran. And then we ended up getting to. I walked into makeup in the morning, and lo and behold, Ed Sheeran was sat there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" A, I'm in Game of Thrones, and B, Ed Sheeran's here with me, and C, he's in Game of Thrones. And he said to me, "Oh yeah, at lunchtime." This was before. I think what was the green? Was it Plus or Divide? One of the albums. I can't remember what it was. But he said it was just before it had been released. It was like the big one that he'd done. And he said to me, "Oh, the album's released in a few weeks. If you want at lunchtime, come into my trailer and I'll show you a few tracks with Maisie Williams as well." And I was like, "Fuck
Really?
yeah!" But then literally, I was stood getting an omelette and I saw him walk into his trailer with Maisie Williams, and I kind of like went to walk and just. But as I got there, the door had closed. I was like,
Oh,
I've
did you
just
not
missed
knock
it.
on?
knocked.
"No, I didn't want to. I
You
didn't want to
should
be
have
that
knocked.
guy."
They were
yeah.
probably sitting there going, "Can't believe the little kid off This Is England's not come and watch this with us." Who does he think he is?
Yeah. So I missed out on that. But anyway, I listened to it and it was a shit album anyway. So
That's Nando's and Ed Sheeran not doing anything
what
with
else.
this podcast.
Do you know Iggy Azalea? Yeah, I remember I did a remix for her I did a remix for her, a track called Bounce, and then a month later I met her backstage at a festival.
go
I
on. Sorry, no,
got
go on.
introduced to her, and she met me, and then I didn't really know what to say, and then I said, "Oh, I've just done the remix for you for Bounce." I said, "Do you like the remix?" And she just turned to her management and went, do I like the remix? I was like, okay.
Oh my
'Cause,
God.
Like these massive pop stars, like they don't commission always the remixes themselves. So
Well, that's
yeah.
what I was going to ask. You know, to say like people want to do collaborations with you, or they want you to mix their tracks. Like
Most
does
of the
that
time
not-
it is the artist, but other times it's the artist.
So you can do a track for someone, having never met them, never spoke to them.
Yeah,
And they've
I mean
no
a lot of
idea.
people collaborate like that now, don't they? Like,
I didn't know that they didn't.
do you know
meet
what I
them.
didn't know? We were talking about this before. You know, Wrexham, Ryan Reynolds, and
I'm a Grimsby
Rob-
Town fan, so I love talking about Wrexham.
right, but I didn't know that they'd never met before they
Yeah.
bought the club.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? You
Which
see
is
it in the
mad.
documentary, like
Yeah.
they were just
Football's
pals or
overrated,
whatever.
is it, and?
Exactly.
It was a
He's
great
invested now.
documentary.
He's
I like
invested. He's
Deadpool.
invested.
I like It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, they'd never met, had they?
Exactly.
They'd
So there you
never-
got example of like people who collaborate and they've never met.
But just going back to the football thing, how
Oh, you want to talk about that again?
yeah, no, but I just want to talk about how mint it is what Wrexham are doing now, and like for
Yeah.
Rob and Ryan, because when they
Amazing.
first started, because with me being a Grimsby Town fan and Wrexham being in the same league, like they came in and put all that money into the
I
club,
know.
and then everyone like they was calling themselves the underdogs of the league. And I was like, they've spent more money on one of their players than our whole squad.
Yeah.
And then we played them in the playoffs and beat them 5-4. And that's the last episode of that Wrexham documentary.
Oh, yeah,
Grimsby
yeah, yeah.
knocking them out of the...
Well, they'll be up this
Oh,
year.
I mean, they're going to come to Blundell Park and put 9 past us, aren't they, this year? But yeah, the whole thing.
I wish they bought Leeds.
Do you actually wish that?
Well,
Would
I
you
don't
have
know.
that?
I mean, I want someone to buy them.
But didn't you, the last owner you had, didn't you not put loads of money in anyway?
Yeah, but I mean,
'Cause I watched the
every
Leeds
club wants a big takeover, don't they? Like, look at
Yeah.
Newcastle. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
true.
Rob and Ryan, they haven't got,
no,
they
it's the
haven't
way,
got
it's the
that
way.
kind
No,
of money.
they've gone for like a small club, obviously that they can invest in and grow, which is
Yeah,
Yeah.
rather than going
What
for a
about
big
Blackpool?
Like Blackpool, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
I remember Ian Holloway managed Blackpool, didn't he?
Uh,
Yeah, I
He
love
came
that
to
guy.
great. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh
Well, he
my
was good.
God.
We got us in the Premier League. So
Well, I
say
got-
us, but yeah.
I got asked to play in a charity game, and I saw that Ian Holloway was playing and said no.
Why?
Because he came to Grimsby and single-handedly got us relegated
Oh,
and just
right.
walked away from the club. And I genuinely looked at the poster, saw he was playing, I went, nah, not doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you really invested in football?
I love it.
He's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
invested in football. Hence this podcast becoming.
Yeah,
a
I
thing.
mean, I assume he's a really nice guy. He's mad as a box of frogs, but yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to shake his hand and go, nice to meet you, because it wouldn't be nice to meet him, because I just remember him getting us relegated.
Very honest man.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, nice one, Danny. I think that's pretty much.
we done?
We're pretty much done. Yeah, we've got a couple of minutes, but I don't know if you wanted, maybe some of the guys out there maybe wanted to ask Danny any questions. We've never done a live before, so
This is
we were
great,
going to do a
though.
little bit of. If you're all right with that,
If there is any, yeah.
if there is any
Yeah.
questions for Danny or us or anything, you people like
I
that.
don't think it's,
but-
it shouldn't be old school should not be overrated. In fact, if anything, it,
not
like,
the genre or the thingy, but like the because it makes you feel then.
Yeah.
Oh, like rhythm
Do you
is
know
a
what, though? I'm with you.
dancer.
I'm with you though, because in dance music, especially, like most of the tunes that you hear today are just sampled from the old tunes anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's the original. So we should be more respectful to it. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Also,
mean.
we should
Dance
call it. What
music.
should, I don't know what we could call it. Original.
Mature.
Yeah, mature.
Mature
school.
No, that's no. Nobody's
What's-
going to a mature
what's-
music night.
What's
are
your
they?
favourite mature track? Rhythm as an answer. I think that's worse.
Yeah.
Sounds
We need
yeah.
a name. We need a name.
Yeah, buzzing, mate. Appreciate you coming down. Is there any more questions for any of us? Or
Oh, there's a lady there.
Oh, yeah.
You have to shout. Blur or Oasis?
I'm going to say I've got to be Oasis, right?
Gotta be.
Nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got to be
it's gotta be.
Oasis.
I wasn't born.
I wasn't
I'm
born.
joking.
They're too old school. They're too mature. Yeah, Blur or that's it. Yeah. But where'd you go? Oasis.
Got to be Oasis.
Oasis
Only
for
because
me,
I know
I think.
more of the songs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could only
same.
tell you
But
one
Part
word.
Life was a banger.
Part Life's an absolute tune.
I could probably only tell you 2 or 3 Blur songs, but like,
Boys
Country
Girls.
House.
but Oasis, you can put any of their albums on, and it's just banger after banger.
Yeah,
innit?
exactly. And also, Noel's a big dance music fan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he collaborated with Camel Fat recently as well.
Oh,
so,
Wow. Did Jake Bug do a song with him as
Jake
well?
Bug did a song
That
with
was a
Camel
weird,
Fat.
yeah, that's a weird collaboration.
I know, but it
thought.
just kind of works. And that's
Yeah,
that's
it
what I
was
like
quite
about
catchy.
collaborations, when you put 2 people from different worlds together.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. But yeah, Oasis for that
Yeah.
reason and that reason alone.
Thank you very much, Danny, for
Thanks for
coming on
having me. It's
this.
been a pleasure.
Thank you guys for sticking with us.
Yeah.
We
Make
know
sure
you're
for
at
these
festival,
guys, by the way.
but thank
First
you.
ever live podcast.
Yeah, cheers,
Amazing.
guys.
Thank
Thank you.
Cheers. Nice one. I appreciate it.